Hey everyone, it's Sean from Neat in the Heat, and welcome to the Battle of the Four Roses. Today we're going to be doing a head-to-head competition between these Four Roses single barrel bottles. First up, we have your regular single barrel that you can get off the shelf, 50% alcohol by volume, 100 proof. Some of the notes: rye, apricot, pear, cinnamon, and toasted oak. The next one we have here is the single barrel barrel pick from the grocery store, Fry's. This one is the OBSV recipe, which is delicate, fruity, pear and apricot, and spicy and creamy. This one we got in 2024 last year at one of the Fry's events. On here it gives you kind of all the different stave recipes that they have, so we can go and reference this if we want to, and there's also some information on the back of each bottle. This one is the 2025 OBSF recipe, delicate rye, apple, mint, clove, and cocoa. And last but not least, we have the OESK recipe. 50% alcohol. All of them are 50% except for the barrel strength pick from Fry's. This one, like I said, is the OESK recipe: baking spice, mellow oak, tea leaves, and caramel. So they're all very, very different. So we're going to kind of slide these over so you can still kind of see them as we go through this. Now I've already kind of prepared and poured everything, but I don't, you guys know me, I don't remember at all which one is which. There's just something at the bottom of each one of these underneath the glass for now. We have something super fun coming for future videos to make these, you know, kind of versus kind of things and these blind tastings a little bit easier for me doing it just by myself, you know, with my wife not here to mix them up for me. So as we kind of go through this, we're gonna kind of switch them up a little bit, and we're just going to go through it. I'm not super familiar with Four Roses. You know, obviously still learning and getting used to all these different distilleries and these different whiskeys and their different portfolios that they have. You know, small batch, regular, you know, just everyday Four Roses. They're small batch, they're limited edition stuff. The list goes on, and it's the same with every major distillery, like Jack Daniel's, Wild Turkey, Jim Beam, all those different distilleries. So we're gonna just dive in. We're gonna kind of take smells and nose all of them, take the taste, the finish, and we're gonna kind of see if we can pick them out, or we're just gonna kind of see which ones we like the best, and we're gonna put them in order, look at them, and put them in order with the bottles so that you can see it. So cheers. Thank you for watching. If you like stuff like this, you know, our Fresh Crack Fridays, our different blind tastings that we're doing, our reviews, you know, different education stuff, don't forget to like, comment about which is your favorite Four Roses recipe or batch, or, you know, whatever line that you like from Four Roses. Definitely let us know in the comments. And then obviously, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow the channel, just like anybody on YouTube, trying to grow the channel, make it bigger, you know, get out there to more people, and just show people that there is good bourbon out here in Tucson, Arizona. So let's go for the first one. Cheers. You guys might be able to see it a little bit on here, but obviously I'm not going to be able to see which one it is. So at 50%, it's gonna be a little hotter than some of your regular stuff that you see, like, you know, Jack Daniel's being a little bit lower proof, you know, Jim Beam being a little bit lower proof. So it's gonna be a little bit higher proof, and then obviously the 55%. So it's gonna have some good flavor to it, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna pick out any of the flavors that are on the bottles, but we're gonna dive in and go for it. So that first one is super smooth right off the bat. Get that caramel sugar kind of sweetness to it. Not picking up any rye, so it may not be this one, or let's see, this one here that says delicate rye and rye spice. So it may not be those ones, but I'm not trying to pick which one it is. I'm just trying to tell you which one I like the best. This one gives you that typical bourbon taste to it. Maybe not fruity per se, but just that kind of smooth caramel, vanilla, butterscotch that you get on most bourbons and whiskeys. So let's go ahead and take another sip of it and keep going. yeah, I mean, it's really, really good. Super smooth, easy to drink. Any of these, I've tasted all of these already. You've seen some of our Fresh Crack Fridays for these two already. So they're all really good. You know, I've rated these like 7 and 8s out of 10. So I mean, those are really, really good bourbons. So no matter what the order is, I think they're really good no matter which one you pick up. So let's go for the second one here before I start drinking it. Hmm. That one definitely has a very different taste to it. Very different. It almost, and I don't, and I try not to say some of these flavors or tasting notes or, you know, smells like to throw anything off, but it has like a almost like a spring, like kind of grassy, like fresh cut grass kind of smell and taste. Maybe that could be, you know, that apricot pear taste that I'm getting, or from the fries one, the pear and apricot spicy creamy from the fries pick. That definitely could be it. Yeah, who knows, but there's definitely a noticeable difference on here. So, I mean, it kind of goes to show you that whatever it's aged in, the different staves, the different recipes, is definitely something that they've got going there for you. And you know, I can post a picture about this, but I mean, gosh, there's 10 different recipes for Four Roses bourbon, and they all give off different aromas, different tastes and flavors. It's pretty crazy that they have all of that stuff. So it makes it really interesting for blind tastings just like this. So let's take another one of this and then move on to the third one. But man, yeah, it definitely has a, like, oh my goodness, I don't know, like it smells like, and again, this might be crazy, but it smells like walking into the grocery store and going straight to the fresh produce, especially like the greens, you know, your lettuce, your rosemary, your parsley. Not saying that has, you know, any of those strong, strong smells, but that just overarching smell is definitely what I'm tasting here. And again, it could be that fruity kind of apricot pear as well, but that's just what it's reminding me of so much, and it's really wild that I'm starting to pick some of this stuff up. Yeah, it's just there's something about it that I just can't put my tongue on. I can't put my thoughts on it. It's really good. It's different, very different from that very first one. So let's dive into this third one. And man, I don't even know what to expect now. I'm at the grocery store. I'm eating caramels and butterscotch. I don't know where this this next one's gonna take us. So this one definitely has more of that sweetness again to it. Okay, as I swallowed, before I swallowed, I couldn't quite put my finger on that flavor, but as soon as I swallowed it, it was definitely a little bit of rye. Again, could all of these taste like rye? Absolutely. You know, they're all different mash bills, all different things. But the ones that have quote unquote rye flavors to them is this one is delicate rye and this one is just straight rye spice. So just keep that in mind with the third one. Let's see if we're right, if it's the regular one or if it's the OBSF. I mean, let's see if I'm getting better. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I can kind of pick up. Maybe a little bit of like cinnamon to it also. Yeah, definitely rye spice. That one definitely has rye spice to it, for sure. And sometimes with that, for me, it kind of overpowers everything else, and it's hard for me to pick out some of the other subtleties of things. Um, But yeah, that definitely has the rye spice to it. Definitely some sweetness in the background, but definitely that rye dill pickle kind of flavor that I get from most ryes. That's kind of the predominant flavor profile I get from most ryes. Um, so let's get to the fourth one. We'll smell it, taste it. If there's anything left in here, which I believe All of these have a little bit left in them. So we'll go back through, maybe try and taste a little bit more, pick out the ones that I like the best. I mean, just for like uniqueness, I'm almost leaning to this second one so far. I'm really starting to like Rise as well. So this one, excuse me, is looking really good. Yeah, for whatever reason, I tend to get the burps when I drink these and do these fun little things. So I apologize if you hear that in the background. So let's go for this fourth one. That one has rye spice as well. A little heavier though on it. A little bit more predominant rye spice to it, which again, not that we're trying to pick, but we're trying, trying to get better at picking stuff out as well. This one just says rye spice on the back of it. This one says delicate rye. So off the bat, not saying that's influencing which one I like more, but right off the bat, I would place this one as the regular single barrel that you can get off the shelf, and this one as the OBSF recipe. This one's really good. It's got a really good sweetness and sweet aftertaste to it and finish to it. Yeah, definitely rye. Definitely sweetness, fruity, a little bit of fruit taste. It's very smooth. It's very crisp. If you could say that about stuff that's super dark, usually when I think of crisp, I think of like a light beer or something like that that's really crisp and refreshing. Um, That's what I get a little bit out of this. I got that out of this very first one that just kind of gives you that typical bourbon flavor to it. Right now, if I were to kind of be done with it, and we're not, we're going to go back through these kind of maybe backwards. Right now, I really like this deeper rye flavor. Then I'm really liking this super unique one, which is almost putting me at that tea leaf baking spice area of the OESK, just because it's unique and it's different. But we will see. We'll see. We're trying not to guess these. I'm trying to do that in my head as well. Again, none of these have any influence on me whatsoever, but I'm trying to get better at, okay, this is what I'm tasting, this is what I'm liking. Let's try and see if we can figure out what it is. So let's go back through. We're going to start with the last one, go to the first one, and then we'll rank them. And then you guys can get on with your day. I appreciate you guys watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've made it this far. Some of these are a little bit long, but I really appreciate if you have watched this far. It's really fun to do these. It's really fun to see you guys watching our videos and subscribing and commenting and liking. So it's really fun. Definitely don't forget to share it as well to your friends who are into whiskey or bourbon, or if you just want to send it to them just to see if we can get some more subscribers. Let's see what can happen. So cheers to these last 4 sips, and then let's see which ones we like and then which ones they are. Yeah, very deep rye, very sweet. Like right as soon as that rye goes away, you hit that sweetness in there. I'm going to definitely put this, and I'm not putting it in front of it saying that this is the one, but I'm going to put this as my number one. We'll put it over here. So it's not saying that I know which one is which. So let's go to the second one or the third one from the first go around. Yeah, definitely more subtle rye, a little bit more of that caramel vanilla sweetness. I do, like I said, I like ryes. I maybe like it a little bit deeper of a rye flavor, but then like this first one, like I said, hits that sweetness like right after that rye disappears. So I kind of like that flavor to it. So I think I'm going to put this one in third. Now back to that super interesting, unique one, which I'm like really curious to see which one it is. Maybe we'll take guesses of which one I think it is, but we're just going to at least show you which one, or I'll tell you which one it is when we're done. I'm telling you, it tastes like going down the grocery aisle. It's so weird. I just don't know besides like tea leaves or like the OBSV pear apricot spicy creamy. I don't get spicy and creamy, but man, it just next time you go to the grocery store, go straight to the like parsley and the greens section where the water and everything sprays out. Go directly there, just take a whiff of the entire area and aisle that you're on, and then whichever one this is, go immediately pick it up and taste it. Because it's really good. It's really interesting. Kind of playing back and forth to these two. I like the rye, but I'm also super curious of what this is. And I don't know if I want to make it number one just because of that. So I'm going to leave it as number two. So it's kind of going rye, super different rye. And then I think this one's, you know, again, we're trying to get a little bit more creative and a little bit better with our tastings. And so maybe those ones that just are your typical bourbon notes maybe just aren't getting in the top anymore, but who knows? We have lots and lots of stuff to try and do different blind tastings for. So let's take this last sip and let's figure out what these are. Cheers to the very last one. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's nothing crazy like these other three have been for this video. So I think I'm going to leave it. I kind of want to switch it over to the super unique one as number one. And I'm almost about to. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to make the super unique one because I want to figure out which one it is and I want to try it again after this video is over. So we're going to go super unique, darker, not darker, but deeper rye, lighter rye, typical bourbon. So let's figure out who wins the battle of the four roses. I'm curious. I hope you're curious too. If you've watched it so far, I hope you're curious. I hope you're on the edge of your seat trying to figure out which one the unique flavor is. It's the regular one off the shelf. That is crazy because I thought that was the one that's going to have that deeper rye. That's what I thought this one was. But again, this is why we don't guess because clearly we have no idea. Rye spice, apricot, pear, cinnamon, toasted oak. And I'm thinking more of that pear apricot is that smell and taste I'm getting. So that's the number one, the regular one off the shelf. I mean, sometimes these things kind of surprise me of which ones we like or I like. So we're going to kind of put this here as number one in front. Let's go with this one that I thought was the deeper rye kind of flavor to it. This is the OBSF. This is the delicate rye. The delicate rye had a little bit more deeper rye taste to it than the one that just said straight just rye spice to it. So this is one of the 2025 batches that came out. So the last two are the OESK and the Fries Pick. So let's see what three is. The Fries Pick. The one that had a little bit more oomph to it. That still had some rye to it. Maybe that's where that spicy and creamy comes in. Fruity, pear, not so much. I think I got that apricot and pear off of that first one like super, super well with that kind of fruit, kind of vegetal kind of flavor to it. But I think when it says spice here on this little tag, I think it's going with that rye spice. So that means the last one on here is the OESK. The baking spice, mellow oak, tea leaves, caramel. Again, it falls under that typical bourbon profile, right? Baking spice, oak, caramel. Tea leaves, I never really got that. I would have almost told you that this one was like tea leaves with that vegetal kind of thing. But yeah, so I mean, not a whole lot of difference of how it was lined up on here, but this is it. This is what we decided and what I thought was the best. The one that you could just get off the shelf, if you can find this one that says rye spice, apricot, pear, cinnamon, and toasted oak. Then you have the OBSF. You have the 2024 Fries Barrel Pick, which you probably can't find anymore, but if you can, It's really good, obviously. And then the OESK. Uh, this is where it's at. This is what happened. This is what the Battle of the Four Roses has come down to. Thank you so much for watching. This was really fun to do with 4 of the same single barrel, but just finished in different recipes, different staves, however they do it. So thank you so much for watching. You know, I really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, all the views, all the likes, all the comments. Definitely share this, subscribe to it, and we will see you next time. This is Sean from Neat in the Heat. Thank you so much.